is ridiculous.
Here we go then, our final on night 9. We have Luke Littler in just a second final, but is he destined for a first weekly win here in Northern Ireland this evening? Well, there have been wins over the world number 1, Luke Humphreys. That was in the quarter-final. That's what kicked off the night before he saw off Michael Van Gerwen in the semi-final. So a couple of world champions down. Can he get rid of the world match play champ in Nathan Aspinall here? The Asp in a fourth final in just 6 weeks, looking for a second night win of the season. Well, he's had wins over Gerwin Price and Peter Wright tonight, but can he beat his good mate here in the final? Well, for the last time tonight, let's head to comms and join Wayne Mardle and Rod Studd.
Thank you, Emma. Yes, it's night 9, the night for Luke the Nuke. Well, let's get it right here. Every pundit and his dog picks Littler to beat Aspinall here, but will the Asp, the rank underdog, bite back here? The nightly form says Littler, 102 average v Humphreys, 99 v Van Gerwen, Aspinall 94 against Price and 93 against Wright. Now look, there are a few greater joys in life than watching a big Premier League nightly final in the company of that compelling combination of comedy and analysis with authority. He's Wayne Mardle. Good evening, away.
Mardle.
Good evening. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to go as they say?
I am indeed. I'm looking forward to this. In week 2, Littler had a crack at MVG to win a weekly Premier League night. It didn't work out for him. Is it going to work out for him here? He's got one of the grittiest, most tenacious darters you'll ever witness to play the game, Nathan Aspinall. He does not give you an inch. If he can, he'll just batter you into submission. This should be intriguing because, like you already said, Rodri, Littler on tonight's form has been better than Nathan Aspinall, but it's 2-game form.
It is. You feel there's the possibility of a Littler landslide if he gets going for 10 to 15 minutes, but equally you feel maybe Aspinall could hang on long enough and take it deep into the contest and nick it. Littler has the darts in this match, which is just another obstacle for Aspinall to overcome. 1-1 in head-to-head meetings in the Premier League, 6-3 in Brighton to Littler and 6-3 to Aspinall in the semi-final in Nottingham just a couple of weeks ago. The meetings in weeks 6 and 7.
Well, he may need to get this to hold throw. 8. Oh, my word. Just where Nathan Aspinall maybe would have thought, oh, I've got a chance here. It was absolutely stifled to the hill. 1-3-6. What a start.
An exquisite outshot to end a leg that he was, you couldn't say completely second best in, but certainly in peril of dropping his throw, as Wayne alluded to. But Aspinall didn't even get the opportunity for the 2-dart combination finish.
86. Against Gerwin Price. You mentioned about hanging on, Rod, and it could get to that point, but you just felt that Aspinall was hanging on against Price. There was a 65 that needed to go. It went on 4-4, an 87, a 1-2-7. They were all needed, and they did turn the tide in his favour. He's going to need similar, you feel, here on the outer ring, because it's likely that the 2 treble visits like that from Littler may prove just a little too much.
Littler went in full cry. There are a few finer sights in world darts, and sometimes you wonder how he manages to lose a match. He wants the big fish bullseye!
Rubbish.
Important dart in only the second leg of the match for the Asp. He finds it, and that's an example of hanging on, Wade, isn't it? Because Littler threatened to treat us to the showpiece big fish finish, the 170, and was very close to it. And then Aspinall just clung on to the leg and clung onto his throat.
Exactly. Needed to get it under pressure and did. And the way that, okay, the crowd had their input with that, but the way he took his time, he did that with an 87 against Gedwin Price. There's been a lot of real good, not just board management from Nathan Aspinall, but his own personal man management. It's like, I know I'm rushing, so I have to stop. And that is absolutely fine, as long as your rhythm is not compromised, which it hasn't been.
60.
He's looking for a 60 to leave 170 again, but walked on it, which is why it was low.
140.
The Luke v Luke opening match of the night. Littler at 7 180s in that. And his doubling was decent as well. That's an hard standard to cope with.
171. Going to require 131.
Now this is interesting again. Two tops. Well, over clubs on the first double top. Yes. There she blows.
71. I think you require 36.
Well, full credit. I mean, you know, you talk about showmanship.
That's it. But what
I know someone like that would have done similar.
I would never have hit the 51. What I love is
Fair
that
point.
he attacked the tops. I know it was high, but he attacked it. There was nothing about him that was like, oh, I better miss on the inside because otherwise those in the commentary box are going to kind of berate me. He does what he likes, Littler, and I think this may be the way forward for so many more players. Don't worry about everything. Just get on with it. And Aspinall, after hitting double 9, he's getting on with it quite nicely. Thank you.
Well, what an epic succession of visits to Nathan Aspinall. First, Littler couldn't find the audacious 51 tops finish. Then he went out on 36, Nathan Aspinall. Then he kicks off with a maxi in leg 4, having got the break. Good moments for the Asp. But this is the curiosity of Littler that I was alluding to earlier. You know, he plays so beautifully and he's such a great watch. You wonder how he ever loses a game sometimes. But his record in the Premier League, he's barely got a winning record. He's won 9 matches and lost 8.
Yeah.
And Aspinall has won 10 and lost 7. It's curious.
It is, yeah. And he had a real poor start as well, Nathan Aspinall.
Yes.
Well, didn't win a game the first couple of weeks. And then I remember Emma and I having a chat after he won his first week. And he said the doubling had to change. It had to get better. I watched a video back and realised, do you know what? I wasn't doing a lot wrong. So he stopped worrying about things.
60. Nothing to require 81.
Well, now 81 and plenty of time to take it out. 2 visits at least. That's why he's not bothering with the 12 segment. He wants double 16. It's a wild miss, but if you're going to miss, a good time is when your opponent's on 194 and you now have 3 at double 8, when you come back.
Well, he's now outscoring the scorer.
102. Nothing requires 16.
The 3-1.
It is to Nathan Aspinall. And when you consider Luke Littler had to can a 136 outshot to hold throw in the first leg, Nathan Aspinall can fairly be described to have bossed the first 4 legs of the match.
And in the second leg, Littler had a dart of bullseye off 170 and Aspinall took out the 70. That, for me, has been the catalyst for this. Call it a comeback. He's 1-0 down to take the next 3. Littler, Rod, has only had 2 darts at a double. We're in the 4th leg, 5th leg.
One was the bull, Wayne.
One was the ball, yeah.
So Nathan Aspinall can be very content with what he's produced so far and the current score, but there's a lot of difference between leading 3-1 and winning a darts match. And we know what this man going to say this boy, but he's 17 now, so let's call him a man. I mean, he's playing against in the professional game at the top level. He's a man now, and this man can produce 5 to 10 minutes of utter spellbinding brilliance that could run 3, 4, 5 legs, couldn't it?
Indeed. Does it start now? Look at this, Tops.
81.
And I like this freedom. A lot of players would not have gone that way. They would have played safe. He prefers Tops, so he went for the 21 and he got it.
56. Luke, you require 40.
Tops it is for the Nuke. He gets it that dart in hand and closes the gap. Look, he's had a lot of criticism from all and sundry, and sometimes his opponent on the way he goes, but there is darts he can throw where he likes, and you can question it sometimes, but he plays with, as you say, that freedom. He's going to throw him where he wants. If he doesn't go in, he doesn't go in.
Yep.
What's the worst thing can happen? The worst thing that can happen here is that he loses a darts match.
Correct.
He seems to know at the age of 17 there are more important things in life than winning or losing a darts match.
100.
102 average Aspinall. 99.
Oh.
120.
Now that last dart that he threw firmer, he forced that in. He cannot do that when he doesn't stop. When that slight pause and then bring the dart back. Because he can apply more pressure, more power, so he can throw more directly when he has that slight pause in his throw. Whether it will work for him long term, I don't know, because like I've said, it's all about rhythm. But tonight, Littler fancies having that little pause in his throw.
73.
Here's the break-back chance.
Luke, you require 125.
Finds the bullseye. That leaves 75. Out of ball for Bull again. Oh! Show-stopping finish. Well, the Nuke detonates on the big stage in Belfast with that exquisite 1-2-5 showpiece finish. Bull, 25 Bull.
97.
Always a showstopper, Wayne. You enjoyed that, didn't you?
I did.
Almost as much as he did. He started bouncing around like Tigger in the commentary box. Extraordinary scenes.
It's just great to watch.
62.
And is that the changing point? And he just plows on.
140.
I don't see it. I mentioned it earlier when he was playing Michael Van Gerwen. He so reminds me of Michael. I don't see a ceiling in his game. I just think that he can play as well as he likes sometimes. Look at the 114 he had against MVG a few weeks ago. I just see that he can do these amazing things with a set of what are they, 22 gram tungsten. It's just madness what he can do at such a ripe old age of 17.
You made the point most eloquently. You said it was like Van Gerwen playing against his teenage self.
Yes. And I've never seen anyone be like Michael Van Gerwen.
94.
Probably the closest anyone came, or maybe even better, was Eric Bristow at 17. Mm-hmm. Not bad names to be connected with. Wow.
And they all have that certain swagger, don't they, of a player that knows how good he is, knows he's one of the best in the business and struts with it. When you're that good, you can strut. And he is in front in this match now, Luke Littler. He trailed 3-1. Looked like he was not in trouble, but in a spot of bother. But he's run, as we suggested he's capable of doing, run 3 legs straight in the minimum of time. A 125 finish to go with his 136 on the opening leg. And now charging for the finishing line.
100.
Just got to be good enough often enough. And all these that play in the Premier League, all those that
97.
play on the professional tour are. But then there's other levels. Only Luke Littler and Luke Humphries are averaging over a ton
91.
in the Premier League so far, because they do it more often than the others. And he's within 2 legs now of getting his first weekly win. So there's still some work to do, but he's put himself in a great position, looking to leave 130 or minimum 170.
125.
You will hate that dart, let me tell you.
And the winner of this match goes to second in the table, Wayne, I don't think I'm right in saying.
Yes, correct.
135.
And the loser, it's no disaster because the nice second prize of still being in the top four.
Yeah, been a good night for both.
Indeed.
Going to get a lot better for one of them. Who's it going to be? Still in the balance. 60.
18 or treble. Double 7 now. So 11 tops, 2-dot combo here for Littler. Tops it in.
Segments away, so it doesn't have to switch.
Right, now he has gone the Rob Cross route before in this Premier League on the 18s, but he now sticks at the conventional route to leave his beloved double 10.
Luke Littler has now had a dart to win an evening of the Premier League. He had 2 darts in week 2 and didn't get over the line. What's going to happen here?
Double 10, both of those, Wayne, weren't they?
Yep.
Against Van Gerwen, ironically, because he's the best double 10 hitter in the world of darts. Double 18, and that was to take us all the way. And for a fitting finish on double 10, Luke Littler has 3 darts in hand. Double 5. And it's the green light for glory in Northern Ireland for Luke Littler. Luke the Nuke has his first nightly win in the Premier League, beating tabletopper Humphreys, defending champion Van Gerwen, and now Nathan Aspinall.